Hey guys, Greg here from the up-and-coming Tech Burst. I am doing my initial review on the Verizon wireless Samsung Galaxy S3. As you can see here, I have the white version, and it is 16 gigabyte. Overall, as you can see, the design of the phone before I even turn it on, it's a very slick device, very thin. The only branding from Verizon is the Verizon 4G LTE icon on the back. And overall, I really like the device and how it was created. A lot of people complain about the physical home button. That really doesn't bother me. I actually kind of like it. And one thing that's really good about this is Samsung finally put their foot down and made sure that the device isn't changed among each carrier. So besides the branding, there is absolutely no difference in the physical layout of any of the different versions of this phone. So that I am very pleased with, and makes accessories and everything a whole lot easier to come across. One design thing that I do not like is the power button on the side. Some people may be fine with that. For me though, it is a pain. I'm always hitting the volume button when I'm trying to hit the power button because of the way I grab the phone. I definitely would prefer it to be on top. Even with the phone of this size, it still fits comfortably in my hand. I'd be able to hit it fine too. So that is one thing I dislike about the phone. I have it off here, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on so you can see the boot animation for Verizon. And while it's doing that, I'll quickly mention I am coming from a Droid 2. So I'll put it up against that for a size comparison. And as you can see, the Samsung Galaxy S3 is definitely a large device. It has a beautiful 4.8 inch Super AMOLED HD screen. And some people have complained about the fact that it's made, the technology they use behind it is pentile, and they say that the way they light the colors doesn't look as good. From what I can see though, it is absolutely stunning. As you can see, unless you had a zoomed in and really analyzed and compared to other screens, I don't think you could see a difference from the naked eye. So as you can see here, I'm on the lock screen. We're fairly standard. There is a notification. You can drop that down from the lock screen, and TouchWiz has these nice icons up here to toggle different settings in the phone. One thing that Verizon's version did that I'm really not happy with is they put this Wi-Fi off and on button up in the notification area. They really try to put you to do Wi-Fi, and it's actually rather annoying. I mean, I didn't get the LTE phone to jump on Wi-Fi all the time. So that being said, that's one downside that I found so far. As you can see here, you also have your icons on the lock screen. You can slide up from one of those icons and go ahead and launch that application. That's a pretty nice little feature. Samsung went with their UI, calling it Design by Nature, and you can see this little water effect, and neat little thing, but it's really not that appealing to me. It's fine for now. So you can swipe to unlock. My sister would stop texting me while I'm trying to do this video. And as you can see, you can swipe the notifications away. Here's my home screen. Customize it a little bit, different wallpaper, change some things up. Overall though, I haven't had much time to do too much customizing. Talking about customizing real quick, I will say it's been confirmed that Verizon's bootloader is locked. Those of you that like to flash ROMs like myself, it's just going to take a little more effort, and hopefully they'll be able to bypass that. I think they've already bypassed it, so you can root your device. I'll probably do that soon. And other than that, again, that was something else Verizon did. Verizon was the only version that was locked, and I find that rather annoying. One of the first applications I installed, which I would recommend anyone else doing, is Chrome. Very, very nice browser, and I believe in Jelly Bean is going to be the stock browser, so I would definitely recommend that. Overall, I haven't had much time to use too many features or anything. One of the main reasons I got this phone was for LTE, Verizon. So I'll quickly show you some speed tests. So when I first got the phone, I was getting about 6.7 meg down. That night I got 9.5 meg down. I travel between Greensboro, North Carolina and Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I work in Winston. In between the mornings I go to Kernersville to go to the gym because it's right off the highway, and that's where I got the low score, and I was in 3G at that point. So in Winston I was getting some nice readings, and in Greensboro I've got some pretty good readings. I think the top I hit was like 21.1 meg. I've seen a lot of reports of people getting more than that. For me though, that's fine, and it's a big step up from coming from 3G. So I am definitely satisfied with the LTE performance. And also, if you notice, at my house I don't really have too many bars for LTE. Overall though, if I lose my home internet, I would definitely be satisfied using my phone to access the internet. So let's go into some other details with Verizon. Let's talk about some of the applications they installed. I have actually disabled quite a bit. So if you go to the application manager, all applications, and as you can see here, one thing I'm letting you see for yourself is that, you know, it's very, very, very smooth. I have not really had any hiccups with this phone. It has been amazingly smooth. So as you can see, I disabled Kindle, Verizon apps, backup assistant, that's Verizon. I'm not too sure. Some of these are probably Samsung. Sync service by Verizon, VCast, Verizon Navigator. So that's, you know, I disabled quite a bit, and that's one of the good features of Ice Cream Sandwich. Overall, there was still a couple I couldn't disable, and so I was able, you can hide applications off of your app drawer. So if I show it hidden, you can see that I hid the mobile hotspot, my Verizon, the visual voicemail, Verizon's Messenger, the Tor, the setup wizard, things like that. I went ahead and hid those because I'm not using them. Overall, I would say there's not too much bloatware. Verizon does usually pack on a little bit more than other carriers. So a couple of key Samsung features like S-Voice. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. I'm not really going to test it right now. I can do a separate video if it's requested, but I use it for some searches and stuff. So if I'm going down the road, it's really good to, you know, use S-Voice to find some location or something while I'm out and about without having to type it in while I'm driving. So I definitely like that aspect of it. Other than that, it's more of a novelty item. And if anyone has seen what Jelly Bean holds, Google Now is going to be their new voice app, and it's really, really, really good. It's very quick and very accurate. It has already proven itself, and I cannot wait to get Jelly Bean on my phone. I am really, once the custom ROM thing is sorted out, and hopefully it gets sorted out, I will definitely install custom ROMs on my phone. There's a couple of things about Verizon that people are wondering. Battery life. Well, battery life isn't too bad for me. Actually, I've been on the battery quite a bit of today, but so I did restart the phone. It's still showing, you know, I was on 14 hours, 31%. My screen was on an hour and a half. Cell standby is always on top for me. Other than that, I mean, compared to my Droid 2, it's doing great. I'm not too sure. I can't really compare to other 4G phones, but for me, you know, it's definitely doing its job. I don't picture myself having to charge it that often. Even my first day having it after a full charge, which was Friday, I was at about 26% when I went to bed after a full day, and I played with it quite a bit. I had almost 4 hours on the screen. So, you know, I definitely do see some performance out of this thing, and definitely see some good battery life. You know, reception, that's a big thing going on right now on the forums, and so far I've had pretty good reception, and it's really comparable to my OG Droid and my Droid 2. I know some people say the Motorola Razr Max kind of really blow everything out the water in terms of reception. I can't really compare to those. All I can say is all my calls go through, and I haven't really had any drops or anything yet, and I've gotten all my messages, so I really don't have any complaints right now. I think in terms of reception, it's going to be a personal thing. You're going to have to get the phone, try it out yourself, and see what happens. Another quick thing, benchmarks. I can pull up something in the gallery. I will show you. I ran a benchmark and hit 4845, so just above the HTC One X. A lot of people were worried about this being a dual core and other people having the quad core. You got to keep in mind the dual core also gets extra 2 gigabytes of RAM. I mean, an extra gigabyte of RAM to bring it to 2 gigabytes, which is, you know, that's pretty nice. And the Snapdragon S4, which is the dual core processor in this phone, has definitely proven itself worthy, and is a very good SoC, and a lot of people love it, and it's been proven time and time again it hold up even to the quad cores. So I'm very happy with the performance. You know, I'm glad it has a Snapdragon S4. It helps with the battery life some and things like that. Data wise, I do have unlimited data, and I will say if you don't have unlimited data with this phone or any 4G phone, you're going to need to watch your data. As you can see, I've already used a gigabyte from the 5th through the 7th. Now most people now have 2 gigabytes or 4 gigabytes, so that, you know, 2 days and I'm using up 25 to 50% of that data plan. I don't want to be forced to use Wi-Fi, so I will keep my unlimited as long as I can. You know, there's a lot of little neat things that Samsung put in. I will say one thing: if you don't like the responsiveness of the home screen button, you can disable it. If I show you what happens when you put Siri on, if you have the S voice set up to launch with the double tap, it's going to reduce the performance of the home button. And so if I go back into the S voice and disable that, you will notice the performance of the home button gets a lot better. So it's another personal preference thing, and you can basically choose what you want to do with that. Overall, very snappy, good performance, great network speed. Verizon's great network. I definitely don't have any complaints right now. If you have any questions, anything more specific you would like to see, please post it in the comments. I will probably do some more videos related to other things soon. So again, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks.